Ramsey Clark, who
right.
who clearly did have such principles.
You know, it occurs to me that there's potential for getting some media out of this situation by putting out a press release, and you could send this press release, of course, to Sean Hannity and Bill O'Reilly and the usual suspects, and point out that the Canadian government is having a fine for a criminal charge sent to Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth, and their own prosecutor is telling the defendant who tried to arrest Bush that she doesn't like Bush either. This actually could outrage the right wingers, and that could give us a lot of publicity. Yeah. So somebody should write out that press release and get it out to Fox.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Yeah, because I think it would enrage the right wing, especially seeing as we're in a part of the world that it's kind of infamous for its right wing tendencies. And
so, we need to break through into the media with just the fact that Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth exists by any means necessary. And if Fox News is going to make a big point about the Canadian government is giving their fine money to a conspiracy group, this is terrible, and the conspiracy group is called Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. Well, out of the 5 million people that see that, a couple 100,000 actually maybe visit the website, and half of them end up convinced. So that's the equivalent of going out and handing out DVDs for about 10 years. so really we have to be thinking about how to get this kind of stuff going.
But no, Splin, guy clearly has been so principled in this, and he hasn't ever really evaded the topic of 9/11. Whenever he's been in public forums, whenever he's been in, really even in court, I think at one point he mentioned he believed 9/11 was also one of Bush's crimes. And really, we were discussing last night how, has anyone got this deep into the system in the whole world? Yes, it's been covered up by the media. The difference between us and the shooter al-Zahawi was that the shooter actually got on the world's media, but we actually got into a court of law, submitted documents which should pertain to Bush's crimes against humanity and war crimes, made reference to 9/11. And, that's in the record. Ramsey Clark came and spoke to he didn't really refer to Bush's crimes too deeply because by this stage it was the verdict point, so he was more of giving a character reference of splitting the sky. But the media in this town and in this country and in the world have completely suppressed this. Professor Hall was scheduled to go on to CBC. So as your listeners may know, we have our own CBC, the kind of competitor to the phony CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. And they told Professor Hall that, you and Ramsey Clark are going to be on at 12 o'clock yesterday. This was about this time yesterday in the morning. And then they said, you're going to be on at noon. And then he got a call back 20 minutes later saying, actually, we're sorry, we've been told by head office that we're not allowed to put you on the radio. So, other than
that's what happened to me and William Rodriguez at a Fox affiliate in the Twin Cities. We were scheduled for an interview, and we drove all the way up there. We had to wake up at 5 in the morning, drove all the way up there, got to the affiliate, walked up to the door, and we were barred from entrance at the order from higher-ups in Fox. It's amazing that these corporate media people have the gall to put out these kinds of blackouts.
Yeah, it's really suspicious, and it's really devastating. I think Tony talked about when he was younger where the CBC actually did their job. I for example, watched a clip once where Pierre Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister from the 70s, went to meet Fidel Castro and stood up in front of the Cuban people and said, "Viva la Revolución Cubana," And there's a report of that of CBC from like the 70s. And it's actually really balanced. They showed, the good side of the Cuban Revolution, the bad side, it's so balanced actually. And then, but for people of my generation, I've never experienced anything other than biased, infiltrated, corrupt media. And so that's why, luckily, we have the internet to do that ourselves.
Well, thank you, Josh.
Okay.
It's been wonderful. I appreciate your great work. Okay, take care.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
That was Josh Blakeney.